309 with the Hughes Corporation and Vernon with a V on 66 WNBC.
European American Bank. We've made a commitment to the communities we serve, and we want you to know about it.
I have a question. The money I deposit in European American, what happens to it?
We put it to work right in local communities on Long Island and in New York. In car loans, home improvement loans, in small businesses, and in corporations that want to expand. That helps create jobs, which in turn can stimulate consumer demand. We think it's the best way to keep the economy strong.
Is European American a European bank?
No, but it started out that way. Its origins in the U.S. go back to 1921. Today, it's a New York State chartered bank, a member of the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation and the Federal Reserve System. And now almost all our business is done right here in America.
I live in Massapequa. Does your community commitment benefit me?
Yes, it does. European American gives priority to the local community through more than 100 branches on Long Island and in New York. It's only right. European American Bank, member FDIC.
November 5th, Election Day. For New York, a time of decision.
Elections take place in November.
He has all the money.
It means it can be
Clearest conflict of interest. He has been contributing to my campaigns for 28 years.
Election Day, November 5th, a very special day for democracy, and WNBC News will be there. WNBC. Neil Diamond on WNBC. Longfellow Serenade.
Longfellow Serenade.
Neil Diamond, Longfellow Serenade. This is Vernon with a V on WNBC. Attention, food shoppers. Got some really good news for you. Now Bohack and the Village supermarkets are one. Yep, starting this week, you'll have the best of two supermarkets. From Bohack, 87 years experience in buying quality meats has earned them the reputation of being the meat people. And from the Village, inflation-fighting prices that put more food on your table for less. You'll see just one ad with super quality specials such as USDA Choice, top, bottom, or shoulder beef roast for only $1.18 per pound. USDA Choice Round for London broil, just $1.69 per pound. USDA Grade A Large White Eggs, only 79 cents a dozen. And here's more good news. How would you like to win your Thanksgiving turkey free for nothing, huh? Just enter your name at any Bohack or Village store. Over 1,000 turkeys will be given away free on Monday, November 18th. Entry blanks and details are available at all stores. There's nothing to buy or write. Contest ends Saturday, November 16th. Why don't you enter now?
Open up your eyes, hey, look around you. There's a lot of world you've never seen. People, places, sights that will astound you. You can go there, you can live your dream. When we opened up the skies for travel, we opened up the big wide world for you to see. Welcome to our world. Welcome to our world. Welcome to the world of Pan Am. Welcome to the world of Pan Am.
You can pay for your Pan Am vacation and other travel expenses with the American Express card. If you don't already have an American Express card, pick up an application wherever the card is honored. It's 3:17 on WNBC with Vernon.
Big time, big deal, Vernon. WNBC.
My friends all town.
The Osmond Brothers and Love Me for a Reason. This is WNBC. I'm Vernon with a V. Osmond Brothers, Love Me for a Reason. Those kids are going to be all right if we can just get them to stand up there and sing without scratching.
Hey, winter's coming. Get your snow tires. Great prices on snow tires. Hey, get your snow tires now.
Uniroyal has nothing against getting a good price on snow tires as long as they're good tires. Then you've got a real bargain. And that's where Uniroyal's Snowplow comes in. Snowplow is a radial snow tire built with two massive steel belts. It's a snow tire so strong, so long-wearing, it could last as long as you own your car. 5 or 6 winters of average driving. Remember, sometimes a bargain isn't a bargain. Get a set of Uniroyal snowplows. You could be set for as long as you own your car. Winter after winter after winter.
Uniroyal's double steel snow tires. See it now at any of these Uniroyal dealers. MIC Magna Dolphin at 4701 Northern Boulevard in Long Island City, New York. You know, tomorrow, November 5th, Herman's World of Sporting Goods will be running a fantastic Election Day ski marathon in their Long Island and New Jersey stores. For 14 hours from 10 in the morning until midnight, Herman's will be having terrific bargains on everything you need to go skiing. Famous name brand skis, boots, parkas, ski poles, and bindings will be on sale at prices you'll find hard to believe. Like Yamaha skis, originally $85 to $158, now only $49. Alpine design down parkas for men and women that were $70 are now only $49.99. And Maneri and Garmont ski boots, originally $55 and $65, are just $25, plus lots more. And at Herman's, all of their ski salesmen are ski experts, so you're sure to get the right sizes and the perfect lengths in whatever you buy, no matter what you buy. So go on over to any one of the Herman's on Long Island at Valley Stream, Roosevelt Field, Huntington, Route 110, and Smith Haven Mall. In New Jersey at the Garden State Plaza, in Paramus, in Woodbridge Center, Livingston Mall. Remember, like all marathons, this one lasts for just one day. Tomorrow, Election Day, from 10 a.m. till midnight.
Company presidents, are you looking for skilled, experienced executives in accounting, manufacturing, engineering, sales, or some other special field? Well, you may find the very people you need through 40 Plus Club of New York. At no cost to you, 40 Plus makes available a vast pool of skilled executives carefully pre-screened to fill your particular requirements, and there are no placement fees. Call 40 Plus at 233-6086. That's 233-6086.
66 NBC.
It's the Guess Who and These Eyes. 325 on WNBC with Vernon with a V, 76 degrees at Rockefeller Center. 8 chances in 10 of some rain tonight. These Eyes, the Essex song, 66 WNBC, New York.
Hello.
Hello, Miss Frank McCabe of Peoria?
Yes, it is.
My name is Ted Brown, and I'm calling ladies in the Peoria area to see if you'd like to sing the Campbell Soup song for me. If you do, I'll send you a case of Campbell Soup.
All right.
Go ahead.
Good, good. That's what Campbell Soup is. Good.
You're just terrific. Do you use our soups?
Yes, I do, all the time.
Let me suggest using Campbell's soups in a way you may not have thought of. It's what we call soup mates. You try mixing 2 soups together. It's a new soup from 2 soups. For example, you mix bean with bacon and Campbell's chili beef soup with 2 cans of water. It's got a hearty flavor that a man will love.
It sounds delicious. Well, I mixed the tomato and the pea together.
Well, now see, you've already done it for us.
Yes.
And we're going to send you a case of Campbell's bean with bacon.
Very good.
I enjoyed chatting with you.
Same here. Thank you very much. Bye.
Bye-bye.
The preceding was selected and edited from random phone calls.
This is Russ Ward, the White House. Reporters were called out into the White House Rose Garden today for an unexpected session with the president. The purpose was an election eve statement by Mr. Ford. After nearly 17,000 miles of campaigning in 20 states coast to coast, with appearances in 26 cities, the president today delivered his final pre-election comment. It was an appeal to voters, all voters, to go to the polls tomorrow. Failure to do so, he said, actually would be a vote of no to our system of government. President Ford seemed in excellent spirits in the brief Rose Garden visit. He looked well rested despite the past month of travel. And now that the campaigning is over, he has said all he intends to say prior to the actual balloting. Press Secretary Ron Nessen said Mr. Ford feels he has done what he set out to do. That is, to boost the election chances of GOP candidates, to raise money for the party, and to generate greater interest among what is being called in this off-year election an unusually apathetic electorate. Just how much success the president can count on from his efforts remains doubtful. The public opinion polls still predict sizable Democratic gains this year. According to some surveys, there is reason to believe Mr. Ford next year will face the veto-proof Congress he has been campaigning against. With 248 House seats now in the Democratic column, only 42 more would be needed to provide the theoretical veto-proof status. This is Russ Ward, the White House, reporting on the NBC Radio Network.
Vernon with a V.
The Mindbenders and a groovy kind of love on 66 WNBC.
When I'm feeling
On 66 WNBC, Johnny Bristol, hang on in there, baby. Vernon with a V, big time. Oh, big deal, big city, this jockey. Outstanding and yet amazingly humble for a major star. Come on, Johnny, let's sing it now. Johnny Bristol, hang on in there, baby. Come on, baby, get down. On 66 WNBC, this is Vernon with a V.
First National City Bank introduces a new kind of banking. It's called the Combo Plan. Quite simply, it makes your money work harder for you. Here's how it works. You keep $500 or more in a Golden Passbook savings account. Your money works for you there, earning interest. At the same time, you get a checking account that lets you write all the checks you want for just $1 a month. No minimum balance, no other regular monthly service charges. You can write all the checks you want, and all you pay is $1 a month. The Combo Plan. Your money keeps working for you in your savings account, earning interest, while you're getting unlimited checking for just $1 a month. Stop in at any branch of First National City Bank and let us tell you more about the Combo Plan. It's well worth your while because it makes your money work harder for you. First National City Bank. Member FDIC.
This is J&Day with an election tip from S. Klein.
We want you to vote for Hugh Carey for governor, or vote for Malcolm Wilson for governor, or for Derek Morrison for governor, or John Emanuel, or Anton Chaikin, or vote for Jose Ristarucci, or vote for Wayne Amato, or Jerry Pusili. Vote for a governor.
And now another election day tip from S. Klein, especially for ladies.
We can't put you in the governor's mansion, but we can put you in coats.
And save you lots of money.
Like $60 to $65 fall, fake fur, plush Melton coats, and many more for only $49.99.
That's $49.99.
And pant coats and fake mink and Persian lamb, and wool blends and solids and plaids, regularly $50. Now Election Day special for only $39.99.
And a special purchase of another group of pant coats, also fake furs, wools and wool blends and solids and plaids. They are only $29.99.
And fur-trimmed wool and wool blend coats that sold for $100, Election Day priced at $79.99.
Nylon ski jackets.
Regularly $15, only $9.99 at S. Klein.
There are Klein's finds galore throughout the store during the fantastic Election Day sale today and tomorrow at S. Klein.
Use your Master Charge, Bank America card, or Klein's charge.
And enjoy the thrill of underpaying.
Right, save now, be governor later.
John Lennon and Imagine. 3:39 WNBC. Vernon with a V. 76 degrees, Rockefeller Center. Cloudy and dark tonight's the forecast.
Imagine there's no heaven.
John Lennon, Imagine on WNBC.
Jim and Dorothy here at a supermarket Dairy King.
We're looking for a really fresh, natural yogurt just by reading yogurt labels.
And now here's a well-known brand.
Okay, check the ingredients.
Uh-oh, potassium sorbate.
I didn't take chemistry. I was an English major.
I didn't know you were in the service.
Moving right along, this big name has artificial blue coloring.
Oh, great. I can use it as eyeshadow.
Next.
Oh, this famous brand has starch.
Oh, hey, I won't have to send my shirts out.
There's another yogurt.
Hey, it's from an old family recipe.
Well, the family recipe seems to call for artificial flavor. Oh, say, we're almost out of famous brands.
Hey, this one, Dannon, has no chemicals, no preservatives, no artificial anything. It's natural.
Oh, that's the fresh one they deliver right to the store. I saw it on TV.
Gee, if we'd started with Dannon, we'd have saved the listeners a lot of time.
The fresh one, it's only natural.
Eyesight. It helps us find our way through life. It's one of the most precious things we have and often the most neglected. Don't take your sight for granted, and above all, keep an eye on your children's eyes. Children are often unaware that they might have a vision problem. Everybody's sight and eyeglasses should be examined at least once a year. At Hillman Cohan Vision Center, you can be sure of getting a full and comprehensive eye examination. They insist on a glaucoma test if you're over 35. They use only the finest quality lenses, offer a wide choice of quality frames, and a complete choice of contact lenses, including the superb Bausch & Lomb Polymake soft lens. Equally important, every Hillman Cohan Vision Center has its own in-store lab to provide complete and reliable service to guarantee you full satisfaction. For a complete eye examination, visit Hillman Cohan Vision Center in Yonkers and Central Plaza Shopping Center on Central Avenue. Open daily, 10 till 9, Saturdays till 5.
Big time, big deal, Vernon. WNBC.
Billy Preston and Nothing from Nothing. Don't leave nothing. Billy Preston, nothing from nothing, don't leave nothing. Of course, if you got a negative nothing, you take something away, and then you got a negative nothing. I don't know. So, this is Vernon with the V on WNBC.
Presenting the case of the hidden heating oil, taken from an actual complaint filed by Attorney General Lefkowitz. It all began innocently enough in the summer of 1973, when a giant oil company bought a lot of oil at low summer prices, enough to heat 40,000 homes for a full year. But rather than tell anyone, they hid it away in New Jersey and bided their time. Until winter came, and with it the Arab oil embargo. Oil was now at a premium. At that point, the oil giant cleverly sold the hidden oil at high prices, making a huge profit. And at that point, Attorney General, 1 million gallons of home heating oil available at summer prices. This stands as fair warning to those who seek to take advantage of the public. Louis Lefkowitz is an Attorney General to be reckoned with.
Paid for by People for Lefkowitz, 74, John W. Haynes, Chairman.
Macy's presents an event where everybody wins. Macy's Election Day sales. Starting Monday, a store-wide landslide of savings. Oh, here's one of 100 candidates from Macy's with his crowd-pleasing platform.
Thank you. When it comes to saving on stereo, we at Macy's will run on our record. And our record changers, receivers, speakers, and tape decks, too. Proving that, Macy's huge new stereo department promises everyone fabulous buys starting Monday. Get an Olympic solid-state recording system that lets you record your own 8-track tapes. It has AM/FM stereo, record changer, 2 great speakers and mics, all just $159. And friends, save $100 on an electrophonic 4-channel solid-state music system. It has a quadraphonic AM/FM receiver, Garrard auto changer, 4 speakers, and 8-track deck. Originally $400, sale price $300. Thank you!
Just a few of the hundreds of items on sale at Macy's great store-wide Election Day sales Monday and Tuesday. And don't forget to vote.
66 NBC.
Jack Jones and Vernon with a V and Wives and Lovers.
Hey, little girl.
On WNBC with Vernon with a V, Beach Baby by First Class by Golly.
66, listen to the music, NBC.
Seals, Vernon, and Cross, and Summer Breeze. Summer Breeze, Seals, and Vernon, and Cross on 66 WNBC, the WNBC Bomb of the Week. The Bob Vernon Good Time Orchestra. If I had my life to live over, I'd live it over a massage parlor. Easy, babe, easy. Back off now, honey. At 4 p.m., this is WNBC New York, an equal opportunity employer.
NBC Radio News. I'm Mike Moss, reporting former President Nixon's doctors say Mr. Nixon is making gradual improvement from his near-fatal post-op.
5 o'clock, bulletins at once. I'm Alan Walton, NBC News.
Vernon with a V.
Lee Michaels, do you know what I mean, babe? Huh? All right. 407. Hey, Lee Michaels, do you know what I mean? Vernon with a V on WNBC, and here's Jimmy to sell them sausages.
Hi,
Jim?
I'm Jimmy Dean.
Hi.
You know, the easiest way in the world to find out what something is all about is compare it. And that's what I'd like you to do with Jimmy Dean's Pure Pork Sausage. Just one time, compare it with the sausage that you've been using. And if you'll put it in the skillet beside the sausage that you've been using, I think you'll find that Jimmy Dean's Pure Pork Sausage answers all the questions itself. It's quality. Jimmy Dean's Pure Pork Sausage tastes awful good.
That's right, and Jimmy puts them in, he puts them in 12-ounce packages is what he does. Them's the links, and then he's got the patty types he puts in the 12 and the 14-ounce tubes, you know. He packs them all in there himself. He got the regular, which is comes into both links or the patty packages, and then he's got the really hot stuff. It's only available in the patty, so it's all good stuff, though. Jimmy says it is, so it must be. The only additive in Jimmy Dean Pure Pork Sausage is a seasoning and a preservative. The seasoning is formulated by the Deans in the careful blends of herbs and spices.
The people of Eastern believe they're going to make your next Eastern flight a great flight.
I know my job, and I'm efficient, and I really care about people. And I think that's what it's all about.
You gotta believe that I'm gonna treat your bag as carefully as my own.
Each passenger is so unique, and I treat each one in a very special way.
You've got to be able to deliver honestly and believe in what you're delivering.
You gotta be real. You gotta be real.
At Eastern Airlines, we believe that saving you time is good business. That's why we have the most nonstops to Houston and daily nonstops to New Orleans, including the only morning nonstop. And most flights to Houston and New Orleans feature our comfortable 727 Whisper Jets with spacious redesigned interiors. For reservations, call the travel specialist, your travel agent, or call Eastern, the wings of man.
Vernon.
It's going to be cloudy tonight. Not going to be able to see much, though, because it's going to be dark, too. Got 8 chances in 10 of getting a little bit of rain. 76 degrees at Rockefeller Center. This is Vernon with the V. It's 4:12. Music time. Tin Man by America. On 66 WNBC with Vernon with a V. Attention, food shoppers. Here's some really good news for you. Now Bohack and the Village supermarkets are one. That's right. Starting this week, you'll have the best of 2 supermarkets. From Bohack, 87 years of experience in buying quality meats has earned them the reputation of being the meat people. And from the Village, inflation-fighting prices that put more food on your table for less. Now you'll see just one ad with super quality specials such as USDA Choice, top, bottom, or shoulder roast beef for only $1.18 per pound. USDA Choice round for London broil, just $1.69 per pound. USDA Grade A large white eggs, only 79 cents a dozen. And here's some more good news. How would you like to win your Thanksgiving turkey free? Just enter your name at any Bohack or Village store. Over 1,000 turkeys will be given away free on Monday, November 18th. Entry blanks and details are available at all stores. There's nothing to buy or write. Contest ends Saturday, November 16th. Enter now.
Chrysler Corporation's new 12-month unlimited mileage warranty promises that any part we supply on your 1975 Dodge, Plymouth, or Chrysler passenger car, which proves defective in the first full year of normal service, regardless of mileage, will be fixed without charge by your Chrysler Motors Corporation dealer, with the following exceptions. Tires.
That's all the exceptions?
That's all.
For how many miles?
As many miles as you can drive in one full year.
But, what's the catch? I mean, what do I have to do?
Just take care of normal maintenance, such as changing filters and wiper blades.
Wow. I'd call that very confident.
We think it's the clincher.
The clincher?
The clincher. It's going to take better care of the people who buy Chrysler Corporation cars.
Big time, big deal, Vernon. WNBC.
It's the Crystals, and he's a rebel. This is Vernon with a V on WNBC. That's the Crystals, and he's a rebel. This is Vernon. Big time, big deal. Big city disc jockey. Outstanding and yet somehow amazingly humble for a major star. And now, this.
Come on. 90,000 people leaving this football stadium parking lot, and here we sit. My breath is freezing on the windshield, Alex. Did you get that tune-up you said you were going to get? Come on, please. You forgot, didn't you, Alex? You can remember all the Super Bowl scores, but you can't remember to get a tune-up with AC spark plugs.
Get a head start on hard starts. Just remember to include a tune-up with AC Fire Ring spark plugs in your winter game plan. AC Fire Ring spark plugs are designed to help give you quick starts and a smooth-running engine in all sorts of cold, wet weather.
Paul McCartney and My Love. This is Vernon. That's with a V on WNBC.
Look at the report.
Ramsey Clark talks about Jacob Javits and money.
Senator Javits has received more money from 300 individual contributors than we have received from 30,000. The $100 puzzled many. Senator Javits has condemned it as a gimmick, but I believe his campaign illustrates why it's so important. We've seen Senator Javits accept $10,000 from Mrs. Ruth Farkas, then acted to expedite her appointment as an ambassador, and finally, in spite of that kind of contribution, voted for her confirmation. But the hardest of all is the $15,000 from Nelson Rockefeller, and the $17,000 from his brothers, received at the very time that the nomination of Nelson Rockefeller to be Vice President of the United States was pending before him as a senator. Is it really possible that that can ever be justified?
Vote for Ramsey Clark on Row B, paid for by the Ramsey Clark for Senate Committee.
The 30s. The Big Apple. Busby Berkeley. Streamlined trains. Jivin' and truckin'. Hollywood is making its most spectacular movies. Big bands are making their biggest sounds. And International is making some of its finest silver. Silver patterns International still makes today. And not only are those flatware patterns right here on Fortunoff's wall of silver, but this month they're here for some very special prices. For all of them, from the most intricate ornate International to the simplest modern International. And all this is surrounded by jewelry, diamonds, and gifts from all over the world. All this is Fortunoff, the source. Fortunoff. More silver, gold, jewelry, and gifts than you can imagine, for much less than you'd expect. Fortunoff, Westbury, Long Island, East 57th Street, Manhattan, Paramus Park Mall, New Jersey.
Big time, big deal, Vernon, WNBC.
Got some rockin' dynamite soul, honey, with the Hughes Corporation and Vernon with a V on WNBC. Get on down, girl, to your rockin' soul. You understand what I'm saying? That's a Hughes Corporation. It is 4:48 with Vernon with a V on WNBC.
Monday at Macy's Great Election Day Sales.
66 NBC.
And now, the lovely Roy Orbison to sing Crying.
I was all right.
Careful now, Roy. You're going to hurt yourself. Don't go for the high one, Roy. Don't do it. Don't do it, Roy. I was afraid he'd gone to do it there. Roy Orbison just crying his little heart out on WNBC.
When those oldies play, we listen.
Cape Records, the #1 oldies store in New York, does it again. In celebration of our 3rd anniversary, Cape Records offers a 10% discount on our entire stock of records and tapes at our retail store. We have all the oldies but goodies from the 50s, 60s, and 70s. Thousands of LPs at $1.99. We're open daily from 2 to 7, Thursday till 8, Saturday 11 to 6, Sunday 1 to 6. Closed Wednesdays. If you can't make it down, send $1 for our giant catalogs to Cape Records, 2125 Bath Avenue, Brooklyn, New York, 11214, 1 block from Bay Parkway. For information, call 373-7903.
Get to know who your friends really are, like Barb Albert, who leans into every pitch, throw, and kick and comes out with a great moment. It's the sporting thing to do. News Center 4, 5 p.m. on Channel 4.
3 degrees, and when will I see you, babe? This is Vernon with a V. It's 4:55. Ain't that something, babe? At 3 degrees, and when will I see you again? This is Vernon on WNBC with Mason Williams and a little thing I like to call a classical gas. I know that's a dumb thing to call a song, but that's what I like to call it.
Be back home again.
John Denver and Vernon with a V. 66 WNBC, and babe, it's good to be back home again.
A man in Cerritos, California recently discovered a cure for nagging backache in a very unexpected place, a Volvo showroom.
I was recuperating from spinal surgery, and I found I couldn't drive my old car without developing a backache. Then I read how the front seat of a Volvo was designed by a man with a bad back. So one cold, rainy day, I took my aching back to a Volvo dealer.
The front seat of a Volvo is orthopedically designed to keep your body comfortable. It's infinitely adjustable, and to ease the tension of long drives, has a lumbar support that adjusts from soft to firm.
I test drove the Volvo on the freeway and over rough side streets. Believe it or not, after a few miles, my back felt better. By the time I returned to the showroom, the pain was gone. Needless to say, I bought the cure.
The Volvo seat, standard in every Volvo, except our 164, where it's a little more than standard because it's faced in leather. Take a test sit today.
Test drive a Volvo at your nearby Volvo dealer soon. Hey, you guys! You know that Julius Erving stands for quality and styles on the courts. And when you get his brand new Dr. J basketball shoe, you're going to recognize that same quality and style. You can get them right now at Shoetown stores on Long Island only, where Shoetown offers you the shoe in men's sizes 7.5 to 13, plus a free pair of $7 tickets to the November 29th Nets Colonels tip-off, all for just $23. But you better hurry. For just $23, the free tickets and the shoes are sure gonna fly, honey. Now, that's only at Shoetowns on Long Island, and babe, it is worth the trip.
66, listen to the music, NBC.
And now, the lovely Hal Melvin and the Blue Notes and the Love I Lost. Music for your afternoon dancing enjoyment here on WNBC. I can dig on that. That's Hal Melvin and the Blue Notes and the Love I Lost. This is Vernon with a V on 66 WNBC New York.
It's 71 degrees and partly cloudy in Rockefeller Center. I'm Jack Welby with NBC News at 5:31. And in Passaic, New Jersey, a general alarm fire darkens the day. Over 300 firemen are trying to knock down a blaze burning out of control in a vacant factory and several homes on Broadway at the Erie-Lackawanna Viaduct. The fire is said to be 2 blocks long, and WNBC newsman John Bohannon has been in touch with Passaic General Hospital, where the emergency room supervisor describes what she sees of the fire some 2 blocks away.
We've had one patient from one of the houses that were burned, that's it. We haven't gotten anyone else. She was a smoke inhalation, and that's it.
Do you have any word that there may be others?
Yes, I think there will be, but we haven't got any. They don't know whether anyone was in the factory that went up or not.
Can you look out now and tell me what you see?
Still black smoke. You can see it, and it's very heavy. You can smell it. We've had to shut all the hospital windows.
Are there a lot of firemen there?
Oh, yes. There are firemen from all the surrounding towns came. There are several of the houses that have gone up and, that were next to the factory.
One injured fireman is being treated at St. Mary's Hospital. The fire has tied up Erie-Lackawanna commuter service between Clifton and Hoboken. A group of demonstrators invaded the offices of Housing and Development Administrator Roger Starr today, seeking restoration of the city's full emergency repair program and the reopening of 4 neighborhood complaint offices. The Palestine Liberation Organization has sent delegates to the UN for this week's debate on the Palestinian question, and thousands of supporters of Israel gathered near the UN this afternoon to protest their arrival, as we hear in this report from WNBC newsman Jim Iyer.
One of the main speakers was the former foreign minister of Israel, Abba Eban. He told the crowd the thoughts that come to his mind when he thinks of the PLO.
I see the gunmen shooting our children at Ma'alot, one by one in the head. I see them turning their machine guns on high school children at Kiryat Shmona. I see them slaughtering American diplomats in Khartoum. I see them shooting down Puerto Rican pilgrims at Lod Airport. I see them hijacking the aircraft flying in vulnerability across the world.
Eban told the crowd the PLO will never push Israel into the ocean, as he says is its primary goal. This is Jim Iyer, WNBC News.
President Ford has appealed to Americans to exercise their right to vote tomorrow to show their confidence in the American political system. Mr. Ford recently concluded a trip through the West and Midwest to ask the voters for a Republican Congress. Here in the tri-state area, polls open at 6 tomorrow morning in New York and Connecticut, and at 7 o'clock in New Jersey. You can hear all the election returns right here on WNBC. This is Senator Sam Ervin's last year in the U.S. Senate, but the North Carolina Democrat says an overwhelming victory by the Democrats in tomorrow's elections would be bad for the party and bad for the country. Ervin, who chaired the Senate Watergate Committee, said some very good Republicans are likely to be defeated tomorrow as part of the aftermath of Watergate. The Associated Press Market Basket Survey shows grocery prices went up slightly slower rates in October than earlier in the year, and there were indications in last month's survey in 13 cities that the price of sugar, which has soared 300% in the past year, may finally be leveling off. On Wall Street, the Dow Jones Industrial Average closed down 8.05 at 657.23. Trading was rather slow. In sports, the New York Mets continue their goodwill tour of Japan, piling up a string of losses to the Yomiuri Giants. The Mets have lost 4 out of 6 games with that Tokyo team. All of the home teams, by the way, have the day off in New York. Weather forecast, cloudy tonight and tomorrow with a period of rain. The low tonight in the mid-50s, the high tomorrow 60 to 65. 71 degrees, partly cloudy in New York. Next, news at 6 o'clock with Alan Walden. Bulletins at once. I'm Jack Welby, NBC News.
David Brinkley, NBC News, New York, with a few comments about the restiveness and irritation among American voters and an attempt to guess why this is so. Back in a minute.
Fire. Under control, our friend. Out of control, a deadly enemy that has caused incredible suffering and loss. There's no way to prevent all fires from breaking out, but there are ways to contain fires in homes, schools, and offices. The International Masonry Institute believes that one of the best fire containment methods is the proper use of walls made of brick and block and other masonry materials. Firewalls, protective compartments, enclosures for stairwells and elevator shafts. Masonry walls can prevent the spread of flame, smoke, and heat for up to 4 hours and can withstand temperatures no other building materials can endure. We believe, along with fire departments everywhere, that fire prevention and control are of utmost importance. But if fire does break out, the best way now known to keep it from spreading is with masonry walls. A reminder from the International Masonry Institute. Building tomorrow.
With this election, we see elements in our public and political life that do not fit together very well, and I suspect they account for the restiveness and generalized irritation we see in this election. One element is that we're supposed to see big gains for the Democrats in Congress because it is said the people are in the mood to punish the Republicans, that since there is no way to vote against Nixon himself, they will vote against his party. And some members of Congress will go and some new ones will come and they'll meet in Washington in January to run the country, they say. Well, all right. But how much does any of this really have to do with the real political views and desires of the American people? Today's Gallup poll gives the result of a long list of questions, asking people if they favor or oppose this or that. For example, busing, more than 2 to 1 against it, the Gallup figures say. The death penalty for serious crime, almost 2 to 1 in favor. Cutting down the federal social programs, almost 2 to 1 against cutting them. Reducing the Pentagon's spending, a majority in favor. Wage and price controls, a big majority in favor. And so on down the list. On easy and legal abortion, there's an almost even split. But in general, the American public is very clear and decisive on what it wants. But how much of this will it get? Will the new Congress we are electing respond to these wants, or will it go its own way, and again, or still, leave people with a feeling that however they vote, it seems never to make much difference? If the voting public is restive and irritable, is that why? We must all know the answer is yes. David Brinkley, NBC News, New York.
Vernon with a V.
166 WNBC, Carl Carlton, Everlasting Love. This is Vernon with a V in your radio where you can't see me now.
Macy's presents an event where everybody wins. Macy's Election Day sales. Starting Monday, a store-wide landslide of savings. Here's one of 100 great candidates from Macy's with her crowd-pleasing platform.
Thank you. And my winning platform is a great night's sleep for everyone on mattresses, box springs, high-risers, and hide-a-beds by Simmons at Macy's fabulous Election Day sales, Monday and Tuesday. Twin-size, extra-firm Simmons quilted mattresses or box springs, regularly $80, are just $60. Similar savings on larger sizes. A space-saving Simmons high-riser, regularly $210, now just $190. And friends, Macy's has Simmons traditional style hide-a-beds, regularly $500, sale priced at just $400. Thank you.
Just a few of the hundreds of items on sale starting Monday at Macy's great store-wide Election Day sales.
In Brooklyn, a 69-year-old man goes to the bank, takes out most of what he saved, and pays it to a quack who promises to cure his arthritis. In the Bronx, a 77-year-old woman in a one-bedroom apartment gets a $150 electric bill and then a threat to shut off her electricity if she doesn't pay. Attorney General Louis Lefkowitz understands these problems. That's why he's making a special effort to bring consumer protection to senior citizens. Members of his staff have been assigned to senior citizen centers in New York City to show senior citizens how to avoid being cheated and how to cope with giant companies and government agencies. And the need to help senior citizens is critical because those who live off savings or fixed incomes must guard each dollar they have. Attorney General Lefkowitz believes that if senior citizens who need help can't come to him, it's his job to go to them.
Paid for by People for Lefkowitz, 74, John W. Haynes, Chairman.
66 NBC.
Peaches and Hoib, let's fall in love, honey. I got the keys to the car tonight. Cousin Brucey, 6 o'clock on WNBC. My name's Vernon. That's with a V.
Station. It tastes good.
Yeah.
Big time, big deal, Vernon.
Hey, don't forget Imus in the morning. Frankly, I like to watch Barbara Walters myself.
Baby Bumble and the Stingers, Mother song.
That's right, baby. That's Mara's song, ain't it? Reunion, life is a rock, but the radio rolled me. Vernon with a V on WNBC.
European American Bank. We've made a commitment to the communities we serve, and we want you to know about it.
I have a question. The money I deposit in European American, what happens to it?
We put it to work right in local communities on Long Island and in New York. In car loans, home improvement loans, in small businesses, and in corporations that want to expand. That helps create jobs, which in turn can stimulate consumer demand. We think it's the best way to keep the economy strong.
Is European American a European bank?
No, but it started out that way. Its origins in the U.S. go back to 1921. Today, it's a New York State charter bank, a member of the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation and the Federal Reserve System. And now, our business is done right here in America.
I live in Massapequa. Does your community commitment benefit me?
Yes, it does. European American gives priority to the local community through more than 100 branches on Long Island and in New York. It's only right. European American Bank, member FDIC.
One of the things we don't need is a no-show congressman for governor. Congressman Hugh Carey's attendance is one of the worst in Washington. He was absent on 40% of the congressional votes. If you were absent 40% of the time from your job, your employer would quickly terminate your services. In spite of this record, the congressman who supposedly works for us is asking the good people of New York State for a promotion. Think about it. On the other hand, Governor Wilson is the best trained man in the state's history, with 20 years in the Assembly, 15 years as Lieutenant Governor, and 10 months as the 50th Governor of New York State. That's why the Labor Committee to elect the Wilson Queso ticket urges you to vote on November 5th for the Wilson Queso team. The team that works, not just 40% of the time. Think about it.
The preceding was paid for by the Labor Committee to elect the Wilson Queso team. John Sweeney, treasurer.
66 NBC.
This is a group known as Chicago on Color My World. They haven't always been known as Chicago. They used to, maybe you heard of them, they used to be called the Ames Brothers, and they weren't getting too many gigs, and so they said, hey man, let's change the name, maybe we'll get more gigs. They changed the name, and first they was Kansas City, but that weren't making it either. And then finally they just settled on Chicago, and this kind of stuff they do now, making a lot of money and things like that, you know, messing around with groupie girls, just having all kinds of fun. Good messing around music, isn't it? That's Color My World by Chicago with Vernon on WNBC.
Larry Zonka, super fullback of the Miami Dolphins, says, I have no regrets. Powerback Calvin Hill of the Dallas Cowboys agrees, I did the right thing. In a pair of candid, outspoken articles in the current issue of Pro Quarterback magazine, Zonka and Hill reveal the agonizing personal conflicts that they had to resolve before signing future contracts to play in the World Football League. And in an even more controversial feature, Pro Quarterback magazine compares Zonka, Hill, O.J. Simpson, and all the other outstanding NFL ball carriers to come up with its own authoritative top running back ratings. It's exciting features like these that make Pro Quarterback magazine essential reading for all pro football fans. Pro Quarterback, the magazine that takes you onto the field, into the locker room, and wherever the action is. Pro Quarterback magazine with stop-action color photos, expert analysis, and inside reports. Get your copy of Pro Quarterback magazine today.
May I ask you a personal question? What are you doing tonight?
Who, me? Well, I've got a date with WPIX. At 6, there's Mod Squad. Love those police dramas. At 7, the FBI. At Ephraim's Zimbalist. At 8, the courtship of Eddie's father, and Beat the Clock at 8:30. At 9, that wonderful Cartwright family on Bonanza. The news is at 10, and then at 11, good old Perry Mason.
What a night.
They're all on WPIX, Channel 11 weeknight.
WPIX, Channel 11, so that's where the good shows are.
Yeah.
Vernon with a B.
That's the one, babe.
Together, didn't we?
Yeah. Another one
Nobody but you.
Yeah.
And me.
Another one you're getting on songs, right, Barry? Huh?
We've got it together, baby.
Yeah, Barry White, you're first, last, and always. Yeah. That's what I tell him, too, Barry. That's right, Barry White, getting it on WNBC. This is Vernon. Don't forget Cousin Brucey coming up. Might want to get some newspapers, put them under your radio, so you'll be ready for Imus in the morning on 66 WNBC, New York.
NBC Radio News. I'm Mike Moss with news that the Soviet Union reportedly is trying to buy up to 500,000 tons of sugar on the world